Mokgweetsi Masisi is the fifth and current president of Botswana. He served as the eighth vice president of Botswana from November 12, 2014 to April 1, 2018. He was a member of parliament in the National Assembly for the Moshopa Manyana constituency from 2009 to 2018. Mokgweetsi Masisi is the son of Edison Masisi, the longtime MP for Moshopa and many-time cabinet member. The younger Masisi grew up in Gaborone, attending Thornhill Primary School and Marue Pula School. One of his three brothers, Shiling, was the MP for Francistown West for many years, while another is a retired army general. He also has a sister, Paddy. In school, Masisi competed in soccer and tennis, but ultimately found acting to be his calling. In 1984, he won acclaim for his portrayal of the lead role in a Gaborone production of Cry the Beloved Country. He has taken part in several South African films in the 1980s. Masisi became a high school social studies teacher after graduating from the University of Botswana. In 1984 in English and History. He taught at Manana Secondary School in 1984 in Moshopa village before moving on to the University of Botswana in 1987 as a curriculum development specialist. In 1989, he went to Florida State University to obtain a master's degree in social sciences education. After Masisi met some FSU faculty members working in Botswana for the junior secondary education improvement project. Following graduation, he was employed by UNICEF in Botswana. Masisi unsuccessfully sought the nomination of the ruling Botswana Democratic Party to stand in Moshopa constituency in the 2004 general election. However, he obtained the BDP nomination for the same seat prior to the 2009 general election and won the seat. He was promptly appointed as Assistant Minister for Presidential Affairs and Public Administration. In October 2009, after a little more than a year as an assistant minister, he was appointed as Minister for Presidential Affairs and Public Administration in January 2011. Masisi became Minister of Education and Skills Development in an acting capacity in April 2014. He was re-elected to his seat in Parliament in October 2014. And he was appointed as Minister of Education and Skills Development on the 28th of October 2014. Masisi was appointed as Vice President of Botswana by President Ian Khama on the 12th of November 2014 while remaining in his post as Minister of Education. President Khama appointed Masisi as the Chancellor of the University of Botswana on July 5, 2017. The appointment, which was in consonance with Section 7 of the University of Botswana Act of 2008, was for a period of 5 years. It followed the death of former President Kwet Masir, who served as the Chancellor until he died on June 22, 2017. On April 1, 2018, he was sworn in as the fifth President of Botswana. After he ascended to the presidency, Khama left the ruling Botswana Democratic Party to found the Botswana Patriotic Front. Khama criticized Masisi for lifting the ban on elephant hunting and called his decision to appoint Masisi as his successor a mistake. On October 13, 2018, Masisi received an honorary doctorate from the University of Botswana. Some commentators have criticized this decision and claimed that the correct process was not followed. In October 2019, Masisi was re-elected as Botswana's president after the BDP faced the biggest threat to its unity in more than 5 decades. Following Khama's move to the opposition and accusing Masisi of authoritarianism. In the 2019 Botswana general election, Masisi received a 52.65% majority of the vote and received a majority of seats in the National Assembly. The Botswana 2019 elections were highly contested for, and the main opposition, the Umbrella for Democratic Change, lodged a litany of court challenges alleging irregularities and electoral fraud. Amongst his election pledges, he proposed lifting the ban on elephant hunting and decriminalizing homosexuality. The COVID-19 pandemic occurred during Masisi's time in office. The president responded to the pandemic by declaring a state of emergency on March 11, 2020. After the declaration, Emergency powers allowed Masisi to rule by decree for a period of 18 months to September 2021. Despite protests from some opposition parties. In December, Botswana found evidence of a new strain, leading to a curfew being enforced from December 24, 2020 to January 3, 2021. Masisi has been accused by some of having authoritarian views and contributing to undermining democracy in Botswana. Khama said that Masisi stifled dissent in an interview with the Financial Times, and that Botswana's reputation was being undermined locally and internationally, and that democracy was in decline. Masisi is in support of elephant hunting in Botswana, and believes that allowing some ivory trading would allow more funding for conservation. In 2019, he presented stools made from elephant feet to the national leaders of Namibia, Zambia and Zimbabwe, a move that risks